Basically, you help us, you monitor us both. So with the upgrades and meeting, making sure our RMOs are up to par with their licenses, their bond, their workman's comp, and all that is very important, because your most important asset, and mine, was my license. If I would have lost my license, I'd be living third, Huntington Beach, third bush on the right, that'll be my address, because my license is everything, and protecting my license. So if there's ever a problem, I did have when I say a problem, I keep the name, not my RMO, my
Contractor.
Contractor had a problem with a customer. And, I've been in this business, and I know, if I'm talking to other contractors, they know what I'm talking about. You can do a perfect job for somebody, so to speak. And if somebody wants to complain, they can complain. They can find a reason to complain. And on the other hand, you can do just a general good job, and you do a good job, and people think you're the greatest thing, since sliced bread. So every once in a while, you're going to get people that are going to complain about something. The main thing about complaints is you want to take care of them as soon as possible, and don't let them fester, or ignore the complaint. And the one complaint that my contractor had, he ignored it a little bit, and the guy was an attorney, and he was gonna sue him in lawsuit, and they called the contractors board, and he just went ahead. He didn't want to go to court, because it was, you go to court, you don't want to end up in court, because generally the courts are not favorable to contractors. Unfortunately, they're more favorable to the homeowner. So you want to try to settle the dispute, and he settled it, and he paid it, and he lost some money, but he took care of it. That's the main thing. I didn't have to I got involved a little bit, but I didn't have to get involved where I was spending a lot of time, chasing after him or finding out this and that. He gave me all the information, and it was settled. So these things happen from time to time, but it's not, if you get the right contractor, they don't want to lose their license either, because then their license is tied up. So, they're in business for a long time. But RMO helps you in the transition period, and they're right there, helping you with the paperwork and whatever needs to be done. So if you have any issues or questions, they'll go out of their way to help you. And I've never had any issues with the agency in itself. Like I said, a couple of the contractors had some issues with customers, but they took care of it. And I don't even think you guys had to be involved, which you didn't have to be. So there was no reason. He took care of it. If he didn't, then it would have went, further. But everybody's taking care of things, and this can happen to anybody, even if your contractor, does the best job as possible. You get some people that you can have a little problems with. So it's the nature of the business, and anybody who's been a contractor for a long time knows this. So you just kind of roll with the punches. But on all the years, there's only been a couple of instances, and again, they've been taken care of. So, and you guys have been, like I said, you're right there, Johnny on the spot whenever we have a question or an issue. You're always very, very helpful. And the pay is right on time. It goes directly into my account. Don't have to, whereas before they'd send a check, which was fine too. You have to go to the bank. But now you have a system where it goes directly on a certain day of the month right into my account. You can't ask for more than that. So, and the visits reports are great, and you have to fill it. So there's a little bit of paperwork involved, but for an hour your time, or even an hour driving to go see your contractor, what's an hour drive? Then you get an extra, $100 or $200, which definitely is worth it to go drive. And you want to see what your contractor is doing. You want to know, how he's operating, how his business is going, and any way you can help them, because their success is your success. So that's what you want. And so you can't ask for more than that. It's been a great great relationship.